What's that? It's Saturday o'clock. I guess it's time for another full album listen for a long song Saturday. If you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the channel. Thank you, as always, for clicking on the video, for showing up, stopping by, and just hopefully having a great day so far. And hopefully it may be about to get a little bit better. Today we're going to listen to Can. It's been a while since we've listened to them. We're going to do a full album reaction to their album, Bamyasi. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Their third studio album, released 1972. This had been suggested and recommended by HDW Taipei, Alif Neal, Altress, Owl Stretching Time, Masterpiece, Willow Polis, Impressionism, Laurent Schuster, Natna, Elvin Pelvin, Jory, Kate Howe, Roland Rutgers. It goes on and on and on. Hans Mar, J Birdification. It goes on for quite a long time, this recommendation list. So thank you guys so much for the suggestion. Last we had listened to Future Days by them, which I really enjoy. And it's time to do so again. I think last time we listened to Can, like how long ago was it that we last listened to Can, you ask? March 2023. It's been a little bit. So 2 years later, we're back, you know? Anyways, getting back to the album itself, I looked really quick how to pronounce the actual album title. Found a Reddit thread. You guys can, I'll pop you up really quick right here. Bamyasi. Bamyasi. It's actually pronounced phonetically, so Bamyasi. That's what I said. Yasi. I don't know. Listen, there's a lot of different thoughts on how it's pronounced. Bamyasa. Bamyasa. Bamyasi. Anyways, we're gonna call it egg. I'm just gonna call it egg. Hopefully you guys are having a lovely one out there. As always, I appreciate you. Of course, before we dive in, if you want, you could press the like button. Actually, not if you want, do it. Press the like button. You can subscribe if you want. It doesn't matter. You can support the channel, Patreon, buy me a coffee for jump in the line for song suggestions. But for now, we are going to dive straight on into the first track, which is Pinch. Before we do so, just as a disclaimer, the very first track that I had covered from the band was Vitamin C, so I do already know that song. That won't be a first listen, but we're going to listen to it here again just as a way of review. That's all I got to say. I think that's enough. Starting off with the first track, Pinch, and as always, my friends, this cup of decaf coffee, because I don't need the caffeine. I already had one cup this morning. This is just for taste. The first is for taste and for energy. The second is just for taste. Here we go. Got right into it. I missed that drumming. Oh, I didn't mean, I pressed the pause button. I didn't even mean to put my hand on the keyboard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My mistake. Damo. It's that psychotic funk. He's singing lower than I'm expecting. I'm used to him screaming and yelling. Jackie is just awesome on the drums. Little bits of guitar kind of starting to come through. like how as he comes up and yelling and outcrying, the music starts to get more eccentric.
Something on like a something
Someone's taking like a kid's toy. Zipper.
They try the song like if I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to own, show it out.
Someone's just taking a zipper and you have to admit that that drumming is just fantastic. And especially to have it so much in the forefront of the music in this particular case. I love how much he plays with the time and plays like slowing down, starting up back again. He's playing in that funk, you know? Just moaning in there. What did he say? There's that funky, yeah, that swirl. Just on the organ really quick, hitting those notes and cutting it off. It's really cool what he's doing on the organ there. That almost sounded vocal. It's like they found an assortment of different objects and are just playing with them, breaking them, throwing them. interesting drum pattern going on here. This whole duration is awesome. He's talking about. Well, that's exactly what I would expect from Can. That is exactly 2 years later. I'm getting what I expect from the opening this can of Bamyasi, which I didn't look at what the translation of that meant. We'll dive into that probably at some point here. Okay. First of all, you gotta love how Jackie is always going to be, at least to me, like one of those main focuses in the band, right? And in this track especially, the drums are very much up front and center, production-wise, momentum and music-wise, they are straight up there. And for the duration of the 9-minute track, I mean, with his last name of Keeping Time, it's really cool how he is continuously embellishing upon that groove, playing with that funk in which it has so much room to play around with. He takes out snares, adds in kicks, leaves it out completely. You know, like he's just completely playing around with it. And I think that for a track like this, like it provides a consistency, but also some variety. You know where the groove and the beat is going to land. You just don't know how it's going to get there. This is, in a sense, yes, momentum-wise, you're in here for the ending. The journey is all up to Jackie, and he does a fantastic job of that. Damo actually is cool because he starts off very low, almost like whispering, kind of just muttering to himself. And then progressively, as the song goes on, then comes out the outcry and the yelling that I'm like kind of familiar with hearing him doing. You know, and even then, it's a little bit more restrained in this track than maybe what we've previously heard. And I really like that. I know he's definitely not going to be for everybody, but I think that his muttering, his moaning, and, you know, just kind of talking like this for a while, I think it works very well in the scope of the music, especially with all of the background stuff that's happening. Because while the drums are definitely the centerpiece of this particular table, there are a lot of other people seated around the rest of it who are contributing just as much to the actual atmosphere. Obviously, Suke on the bass and all of the extra things that he does fantastically. Michael Caroli on the guitar. I like how when you do hear the splashes of the guitar, which are, once again, very much in the back, it's almost like that adds, I won't say a much needed, but a little respite of melody to the music. Whereas it could come across a little too cold, a little too harsh, and, you know, a little too off-putting. I think that those little bits of guitar that are sprinkled in kind of add that warmth, that melody, that, oh, okay, something like, you know, I can grab onto. I really enjoyed what Ermin Schmidt was doing on the organ. He plays piano and some of the electronics as well. And especially as it got further into the second half of the track, you really hear him kind of speaking up with the organ a lot more. It kind of zips in and cuts off, and there's a lot of interesting kind of sounds that he's getting out of it. And he never plays those sounds for long enough for you to like capture what it is exactly he's doing. He gives you a sample. This is going to Costco, and he's handing out samples of different tasty morsels. And you're like, oh, what is that? And by the time you're looking over to see what the package is that they have on their little table, he turns it, puts it down below, and he says, no more samples for you. No samples for you. So you liked it, but you're not sure what it was. I'm okay with that, especially if I enjoyed it. So this was a good opening track to the album. Nice way to establish the band back at this point. Let's look at these lyrics here. Which, by the way, I was following the lyrics like right about here. And then for like a moment, I closed my eyes and I just kind of listened with the music and everything. And when I opened my eyes, honestly, it was a chore trying to find out where Damo was. He's going to take you when you're alone. He's going to pay you to take you home. He's going to press your ears to the light. And then I'm laughing at the way you go. Hey, the cow moaning alone, kind of sure that I'm going to call you bleat. Why don't you try to laugh along? I know I'm gonna know when you call me blow. I'm all alone, alone, you say. Why do you laugh? Do you want to hide in a corner? Why do you want to try to be alone? Why do you think they have gone away, and how? You're alone. Give it a try, you're going to watch the time. Give me a hound and dance alone. Hey, you know that I'm no surprise. Hide anyone that we're going to know. I've been alone. Mr. Wall knows anyone. Yeah, only the wall knows you because you're definitely alone. I know that I'm not away at all. I know that I'm besides your hound. You're just alone giving 5 in alone. Well, you're sure that your friend... Listen, I have no idea what's being said. You pay the pound and then you're all alone. You pay anything and are you all too well? Somebody down, do you end your ways? Like, I feel like I'm getting a not generic, an overall picture of a lonely person and their day-to-day life, the things that they see, go through, people that they interact with. But the way it's being said and delivered is a little off. I said, you guy, you know you're going to end without you alone. You say the hell is all alone. All alone, you're insane. Your eyes can't pick the eye in the lone. You moan alone, ending up on welfare because I know how. I like will fall because I know like I someday. And now the pitch is falling at you, and I ain't sure if I'm wrong or right. Warn everyone when you go. I found a thing worn, time worn. Again, all alone at night. Don't you know, honey, I'm all alone? Interesting that he says, honey, I'm all alone. Don't you know when you hope to blow all at my fly, that flight? She just wants to cry by that every vow. She's gotta puts on bad. All right. I'm just gonna go with, even when people are around him, he's feeling alone. I think it's just about loneliness. Okay, let's read a little bit more about the album here, huh? The album contains the single Spoon, which charted in the top 10 in Germany after being used as the theme song to the German television series Das Messer. The success of the single allowed Can to establish their own studio where they recorded the rest of the album. Okay. It received critical acclaim, praise for skillful fusion of experimental music, electronic sounds, and avant funk. Maybe the most danceable that experimental music gets. One of the band's most focused records, according to Pitchfork, and often described as the tense Can album. I want to read just a little bit on the background, and then we'll listen to the next track. By the end of 1971, Can relocated their inner space studio out of the communal space of the Schloss Norvennick, where the recording sessions were time-limited due to noise disturbance concerns, and moved into a large ex-cinema near Cologne. That'd be cool to play within like a large theater like that. Like for your studio. Hildegard Schmidt, Can's manager, outfitted the studio with 1,500 soundproofing seagrass mattresses bought from the army barracks at Cologne, Ossendorf. Aaron Schmidt previously used 2 Farfisa organs, acquired a complex effects unit custom built by Hermie Hogg. Dubbed the Alpha 77, the unit allowed far greater degrees of spontaneity in the way Schmidt handled his synthesizers. Well, that's... You can definitely, I'm imagining, hear that because there's definitely a spontaneity element in the music. This was the first album from Can recorded in this space, starting with their song Spoon. And of course, we read about how they moved over. Production and such, we'll read that after we listen to a little bit more. All right, so let's go ahead and do so. We're going to move on to the next track, which is Sing Swan Song. Here we go. Left the bathtub running.
She gave her cold hand to him who'd been just a drunky hot dog. Sucking I'm again but happy.
Kanye West used this.
Days long.
Are you kidding?
She can't have she write good birthday to sing Swan song.
Wow. Wow. That is crazy. What a cool track. Let's take away the connection. This is a cool one. Slow, brooding, emotional.
She can't have she write good birthday to sing Swan song.
That is nuts.
She get her cool hand to him for being just a drunken horse. She's sucking up again but happy as the day is long.
That is gorgeous, beautifully haunting. Some of these other sounds come in almost like ASMR-esque. Like they're very close.
She write good birthdays to sing Swan song. She gave her cool hand to him, be just
like the hits on the hi-hat.
hi-hat.
Changing that to threes.
She's sucking, having again but happy as the day is long.
That was incredible. That is emotional. That is haunting. That is soothing, extremely melodic. Okay, you know how we just read that Wikipedia article, or at least the first blurb where someone mentioned like it's Can's most focused album? This is definitely what I feel listening to this track. It is very focused. Not like a jam track that at least it sounded like with Pinch, for example, and kind of like what we've heard them do before. Not that I'm against that, obviously. But it's really cool to hear them like really pull this one very, very well together. Like it's just cool to hear them like doing this sound. And it is so gorgeously and mellowfully haunting. The different sounds specifically from Ermin on the organ and stuff, it's really unique. Like there's one moment near the end when the note kind of quivers after he mentions, I think like the ghost, or he mentions something like a ghost. Yeah, drunken hot ghost. That the note quivers almost like a ghost going like, woo, like doing that kind of stereotypical sound, which I think was really, really cool how that happened. There's some sounds, I'm imagining it's Ermin that's doing this on his modified organ or this, whatever it was called, the 77 thing. That kind of sounds like bagpipes or uilleann pipes or something like that, which to me, when I think of those pipes, I think of two things, like Highlands and Scotland, but also funerals and endings and death. And once again, the lyrics reference a ghost several times. And so I think the way that they call to mind those certain ideas are extremely well done. Damo's singing in here is soft, it's close, it's intimate, still kind of like muttering, but with purpose and with sense. This is a really cool track. The Holger's bass playing is subtle, calm, just adding this cooling effect to the music. The guitar was really nice as well. This was a really, really nice track, especially as a follow-up to the previous one where, it was much more jammy and a little bit more eccentric. This kind of pulls things back a little bit and kind of brings us in. Now, here's something really interesting. I got to pull this up real quick. So when the melody started, the vocal melody started, I had heard that before. And I was very surprised because I'm like, where have I heard this before? When Damo's singing, da 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 da, you know who sampled that? Uh-huh. Now, it's the worst song on this album, but
Do too much bullshit just to mess with these drunken hot girls.
I just think that is so crazy. I didn't even realize that Kanye West, current events aside, had sampled that melody and that sound from Can't. That is incredible. And obviously, like, one of his most popular songs sampled King Crimson and brought like a lot like more modern attention to like bands like this. But that is just so crazy that I had no idea. I had no idea. That was cool. Let's look at these lyrics here really quick. She like her birthday, soothed to sing Swan song. She gave her cold hand to he who'd been just a drunken hot ghost. She's sucking up again, but happy as the day is long. She like her birthday, soothed to sing a swan song. Okay. She can have like her birthday, soothed, sing a swan. She gave her cold hand. Okay, that's just repeating again. Okay, so the whole thing is just repeating, basically. There's no difference in the lyrics. So, she can have, like her birthday, to sing a swan song. A swan song is typically an ending to something. She gave her cold hand to he who'd been just a drunken hot ghost. She's sucking up again, but happy as the day is long. She like her birthday. Like, she can have anything she wants. And perhaps what she wanted was him, who she describes as a drunken hot ghost. Her hand is cold, so to me that implies she's lonely. And perhaps her singing her swan song is the ending of her loneliness towards this person, this ghost. And just like she says, she can have him just like it's her birthday. Something like that. That's at least what I get out of it. That's what I'm getting out of it. Let's move on to the next track here, which is One More Night. Here we go. That's upbeat. It's got a little jazz taste to it. It's almost kind of Eno-esque, their approach and sound.
Saturday night. One more Saturday night. One more Saturday night. One more Saturday night.
I love how much the guitar adds to this. That little offbeat cymbal. That must be someone else playing that cymbal. I don't think he's playing that at the same time while hitting this beat. Because he's... I don't think so. It's getting a little creepy there. And what's that other sound happening? It's like a feedback. Did the meter just change? Is it 7/8 but like super fast? I think so. He's all up on the mic.
One more thing in your love. One more thing in your heart. One more thing in your down. One more thing in your down. One more thing where you go. One more thing where you go.
I really like how much the guitar is part of this. So we end this side of the album with a very upbeat, funky jam. And I like how much the guitar plays a part in this. Caroli on the guitar plays a large part in the sound here. He has like a very bluesy sound. I was listening to the notes he was playing, and he would just kind of play on the side in some of the spaces of the music with the like just like quick pop-offs or a quick riff, a quick chord, whatever it was. I just thought it was really nice how he added this kind of blues influence into the music, which was already very upbeat and funk-driven in its own abstract way, but then that just added a new element to it. I also like how the organ with Schmidt, or maybe it's, I don't know if it's the organ, it's something, and I'm imagining it's him. At the very end, kind of in the last 20 or so seconds of the music, he was adding these chords of something, and it was melodic, but it also had this kind of wonky, off-kilter sound, like it was, well, I just made that sound with the guitar, but like it was like a chord, but it had like a interesting vibration to it, I guess is the best way to say it. Like it was kind of silly, but not silly. It just sounded kind of funny. I like how that brought a different color to the end. Damo here, he's doing his low muttering, but then at one point, what does he say? What were the lyrics? One more suck at your head, one more suck at your feet. Like it's not full death metal growl, but I feel like he's edging towards a whispery growl of sorts, which is whatever works for you. And of course, Jackie's doing Jackie things, keep the beat. Like it's a nice, fun, upbeat way to end this side of the album. The lyrics, one more Saturday night, one more. Like he's just riding that groove. One more Saturday night, one more gray shoot, one more happy to love, one more Saturday night. One more thinking you should, one more thinking you're right. One more thinking you love, one more thinking you're right. One more thinking you're bad. I'm going to skip the one more thinkings. You love, you're fine, come by, come by. Saturday night, come by, come by. Listen, come on down, baby.
Oh my.
Come on by.
Oh my, my, my.
One more thinking you lie. Suck at your life. Suck at your head, suck at your feet, suck at your eyes, suck at your shadow. Like, he's so close to this person. He's perhaps dangerously close to this person. Like, bodily, physically, but also their shadow. Like, he's in their shadows as well. Because he says, suck at your eyes, at your shadow. Not sucking your eyes, sucking your shadow. So I don't know. I feel like he's kind of stalking someone. Or maybe he's just in a relationship with someone, but like I said, in a perhaps maybe darker nature. When Mother Nature get high, one more Saturday night, one more Saturday night, one more enter your bone, enter your... See, like he's really like infiltrating, possessing this person or this thing, this noun of sorts. Your hair, your low, your lie, you lie. That's a nice change right there. One more answer, your lie. One more thinking, you lie. You low, you high, you down, where you go. One more suck at your O. Interesting, like this last line here, when he says like, where did you go? All of a sudden this person's not there. And then he continues his lines that he's been saying, one more suck at your, and then he like realizes that the person's not there so that he can't suck off of whatever their energy or whatever it might be, or stalk them, be in their shadows. And he's like, oh, they're gone. I don't know. And the vocal, the little raspy growl that he was given in the mid, that also kind of leads me towards a darker path, a stalkerish path, perhaps. We're halfway through the album, so let's read a little bit more. I should have kept you guys on the screen. Let's read a little bit more about the album and learn. Because I like to learn about the album while we're listening to it. It kind of helps give context, but still retains, in my opinion, like a good first reaction, you know, without too much context. Let's see, where did we leave off? I think it was over here in production now. The success of Spoon built momentum for the band. We haven't heard that track yet. Let's see. The band's recording sessions were frustrated by keyboardist Ermin Schmidt and vocalist Damo Suzuki's playing chess obsessively day in and day out. They're just trying to get to the Grandmasters. One day before the deadline, the group had recorded and edited only the 3 tracks that would comprise side 1 of the album. The previously recorded singles were added to make up for a shortfall in material. However, the band still needed to fill side 2. That afternoon, the band returned to the studio and abandoned themselves to a monstrous 10-minute improvisation, which they vowed to include, whatever the outcome. This track became the track Soup. Is that the next track we have on the album? No, we have Vitamin C to open up. Okay. Where am I? In a 2006 interview, Schmidt commented, "People imagine Can was all done in the editing. But for Soup, there was no editing at all. We found out the record was too short. It needed 10 more minutes of music by the next morning. So we wrote, played, and recorded it the night before. No editing." Suke added that the updated environment of the new studio influenced the sound. The drums got softer, while the vocals and instruments became distinctly separated in the mix. Suke nominated Soup as his favorite track. Well, we haven't heard that track yet, so I can't comment on that yet. I was just trying to get some information on the production. But let's make our way to the second side of the album. Hope you guys are enjoying the album listen and the reaction. Like I said, Vitamin C, we know this one, but let's revisit it. It's a good one to revisit. This track just makes you feel cool.
Stay at the corner. She is living out of a tune. Hey you lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you're crazy.
That's so good.
Hey you. You lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you lose it, yeah, vitamin C, you vitamin C.
That creepy crawly guitar line.
Mr. Christmas
Dragging its way across the room.
body, oh, she is stepping on a quicksand. A beautiful rose, stay at the corner. She is living in an out of a tune. Hey you.
It's crashes.
You lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you're vitamin C. Hey you. You lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you're vitamin C. You're vitamin C.
Big drop. You know that is such a like influential drum playing, the way he's doing that. One last go around.
Hey you. You lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you lose it, you're vitamin C. Hey you.
Okay, so it's leading into the next track, which we'll capture that transition in just a moment. I'm not going to spend too much time on Vitamin C because I've already listened to it. You can go back and find my reaction many years ago on that one. Obviously, incredibly catchy. Definitely a standout track on the album. Possibly the best. We'll find out. There's a couple more left. Well, 3 more left. Love Damo's singing. I love how the verse starts off calm and then he progressively goes, of course, into the chorus. You're losing. I'm not going to yell, but and the final exclamation at the end, "Your vitamin C!" Like it's so quick and just off. And then I love how the guitar and the organ comes in very nicely to add this very blissful moment to something that's very maddening and chaotic there. The whole track is held together, of course, by Jackie's drum beat, which is just tight and groovy. It's fun. It feels great. And I love that little organ solo that Schmidt gets in there about 3/4 of the way through before one last ending just to wrap it all up. It's an incredible track, an instant standout. And I'm pretty sure that it's Can's most popular or at least most streamed song when it comes to Spotify. I'm doing a check really quick. Yeah, it's their most streamed track on Spotify. Double the amount of streams as their second most streamed track, which is She Brings the Rain. This one almost at 50 million streams. It's just a really, really awesome track. Like I said, don't want to spend a ton of time on it. But let's go ahead and read some information and the lyrics once again. Of course, it's one of the band's most recognizable songs. It says, Jordan Potter of Far Out Magazine noticed that the album's sleeve art features a can of Aegean or okra, which is incidentally rich in vitamin C. I never even thought about that because I forgot to talk about the album cover. So that's what's there. It's literally a can of okra. Is that here in the Wikipedia somewhere? Theme song, background. Oh, here it is, right in the beginning. Aegean okra. All right, so there you go. Let's see, it says, in the first half of 72, United Artists requested a follow-up RPM single to capitalize on the success of Can's Spoon, so they recorded and released Vitamin C and I'm So Green. When Can was commissioned to perform a piece for the soundtrack for 1973 German television film Dead Pigeon on Beethoven Street, the band settled on this track as their commission work, believing it fit the film well. Well, it definitely works extremely well. And it was featured in some soundtracks here, in popular culture, etc., etc., etc. The lyrics, her daddy got a big aeroplane, her mommy holds all the family cash. A beautiful rose is standing out the corner, she is living in and out of tune, which from when I first heard this song, thought that was a great line. You're losing your vitamin C. Monster press machine on her body, she is stepping on quicksand. A beautiful rose is standing in the corner, she's living in and out of tune. Like standing at a precipice of choice, at a fork in the road, so to speak. You know, she's living in and out of tune. She's going this way and she's going that way, and she needs to make a choice, a decision, and choose a certain path to go. She is stepping on quicksand. She's living in and out of tune. She's losing her vitamin C. What does that mean? She's losing her energy, her choices. Right? Vitamin C, that's what I think of when I think of vitamin C, like energy. Momentum, movement, physics. You're losing that. You're losing yourself. And what will you become after you lose yourself? Selfless, but in a bad way. All right, let's move on let's let it transition into the next track here, which is Soup. Let me just catch up a little bit on vitamin C. We'll let it go in. Let's hear about this soup. There's that bagpipe sound like again. Keeping in mind the context of them filling in time on the album. He's playing so much in the distance. It's almost like a teapot-esque kind of whistle. That's a big drop. heavy guitar riff too. It has like a very rock and roll energy to it. That growling bass line. Yeah, they gotta still have keeping that great sense of space. That must be him on the organ or keys doing something. The bass line is almost like very jazzy kind of bass line. Classic jazz bass line. Right? That climb. I think he's just sliding up and down. He's climbing down the rope. Kinda scared me. It's like you took an explosion, sampled it, and are morphing it.
Into the mind, into the ground. Vagabonds and souls. Oh, brokers at the game. And a fool brokers at the game.
You're not Nina, man. You can try, but this ain't none sex box music. You're not Nina. Not in this case. First of all, let's get this out the way. It's literally filler. We read the story behind this track. It's literally filler. The first half, I was like, wow, they did a fantastic job. It's a heavier sound that they go for. Definitely more rock influence in that particular sense. It's heavy. It hits hard. I like that they went into that direction. Oh, brother. But that second half, it's a chore. This is eating soup and finding a bone. There shouldn't be a bone in my soup, man. Suffice to say, I didn't enjoy the second half whatsoever. I didn't enjoy it. I was, very, very few times. I would never do this. But this was one of those tracks where I was like waiting for it to be over. And I would, if we weren't doing a first reaction, I would have skipped it at that point. Just don't care. Which hurts it because it's a 10-minute track. So, you know, could have made 2 tracks out of this, I guess. So I don't know. I don't like the second half. I think the second half has some cool ideas. Like, okay, for example, in that second half, that big sound, that almost sounds like that, what is it, the THX thing that it would come up in like a movie theater, showing off the sound, that thing. I think that sound is, in parts, kind of cool. If sparsely used, I think that it would have a really great effect. But as it is, it's so overbearing and it's so much of it that I'm just truthfully, painfully annoyed listening to it. All of this, I just don't like it. I don't care. The music doesn't make me care. I just don't like it. It's so like scrambled and without direction. And there is good music that is scrambled and without direction. This ain't it. And I guess especially knowing, like, you know, the background on it, it doesn't help. The sound alone will make me move along. The thing speaks, you're often here. I'm hiding alone, yeah. Now all this, it's slow now. They're hiding, they sure won't get there. And when you're down a wall. How? The crazy town, all the way down. If you lay slow, the warning hound, they're walking down and down. They're flaking down, they suit my neck, they're walking round and down. It's Monday while I ride. Now tell her if her love's alive. Just gives no lie, just more life. Better ever tell me about... I don't like the song, man. I don't even care about the lyrics. It sounds like nonsense to me. I mean, they said no editing. The ending of the track is a little bit more interesting. The very, very ending. Like, it could have taken that ending part. I know, the whole no editing. They came up with what they came up. But, like, this ending part could have had, like, a almost Van de Graaff Generator-esque, darkly organ-driven kind of section in there. And I would take more of that over what we had in the middling section there. Also, Nina Hagen, she is not, or Damo is not in this track. He's putting on. He's not. Just not for me. Anyways, that track brought my mood down. I'm So Green. Let's go ahead and listen to that track. Perhaps it'll bring us back up. One way to find out. I need some vitamin C after that track. Soup made me lose my vitamin C. Matter of fact, where's my soundboard?
You lose! Good day, sir!
Just right in my home, smiling face right. Those lights becoming nobody. Those lights making whole.
I had the bass line led the guitar in this section here.
Making on my head. Those lights in my head.
Yeah, that's much better. Love the organ swirling with the guitar line.
I feel everything. I'm so green. I'm so green. Yes, I feel everything you said. Yes, I feel. Yes, you said. Seems like we're just going. Show me all the time. Together the evening sings to the rain.
We're back.
I'm so green. Yeah, I'm so green. I'm so green. I'm so green. I feel everything. I feel everything you say. I feel everything you say.
Schmidt's kind of playing piano according to the bass line there too.
Everything you say. I'm gonna
Push shift.
I feel everything. I feel everything. I feel everything. In the place where to go, in the place where to go, in the place where to go, in the place where to go. I never where the place is taken, where the place takes me.
That just means like this really cool old style jazz kind of swing.
Step on the sound, I feel never step on the sound. Never step on quicksand. I feel never step on quicksand. I feel never step on quicksand. I feel never step on quicksand.
return to form, a return to pleasure, a return to satisfaction. You can see why this track was coupled with Vitamin C as a single for, like we mentioned before with the article. It's upbeat, it's bright, the melodies are catchy, especially the organ with the guitar. But that like, and the guitar just pining along with it on the side. I like the bass playing as well, as the bass kind of drives the melody. Like at first they're kind of all just moving along with each other, and then the bass begins to change, and you know, all of a sudden the rest of the guitars and the organ kind of play along with it, like brightening their melodies on the side. And then of course Damo's just softly kind of doing his thing. He's just chilling in the center. You know, of course Jackie's putting down the beat. But I just really like how bright this one feels. This one feels like the sun has come out after a very, very dark previous time. So it's easy to see why this one was very successful as well. Just with how upbeat, cheery, and fun it is. It's all nice laying at my home, looking for the truth to speak, just like in my home. Smiling face like, See, even the lyrics are even smiling and stuff. You know, I'm so green. Those lights becoming many, those lights back at home, those lights that make you make it home again, those lights back there. Yes, I feel everything. I'm so green, I'm so green. Yes, I feel everything you say. Yes, I feel as you said. Trace lights, they're just going short all the time. Take back any sense to gray. I'm so green, I'm so green. I feel everything in place with the gold, in with the gold. I feel the end, where the place that they go, where the place takes you. But I never step on quicksand. So like, he's feeling good, and even when he's feeling down, he's never stepping in quicksand. He's never sinking down. He's never feeling that sinking, despair, depressed, desperate kind of feeling, I think. And the music definitely captures that because of his sunny disposition. Let us move on into the final track here, which is going to be Spoon. Let's dive on in. Get your spoon, get your forks, get your sporks. Here we go. Sounds like trouble.
In the afternoon, hiding a spoon, she will be soon. With a fork, with a knife, speaks a joke, she stops your life.
It's like a mysterious driver.
Hiding a spoon, she will be soon. With a fork, with a knife, speaks a joke, she stops your life.
I love that beat. Surrounding echoes of the band. That moves. A production change and emptying out. Play from this Schmidt distance there. That comes in!
In the afternoon, hiding a spoon, she will be soon. With your fork, with your knife, speaks a joke, she stops your life.
Catchy, but it still has their unique sound. ladies and gentlemen. And with that, Egg, Bamyasi, Can, full album listen complete. And man, am I glad that they ended the album with such a brilliant conclusion. This is, I'll tell you my favorite tracks, but oh, this one snuck up in there. All right, I love the groove of it. The simple, just straight four on the floor. Sorry, that sound was satisfying to make, right? Just that putting it down. Then Jackie kind of goes off with some fills around that. Just a nice driving beat. Bass line, carrying a lot of weight as well, right? Then the melodies, especially the Farfisa, especially Schmidt on the organ, just bubbling up with this brilliant kind of sound. The song has a very mysterious, alluring kind of feel. Like this movement I'm doing, this is how the song feels. Up. It just moves. But yeah, I love how like dangerously alluring it is. It's just like this very mysterious kind of sound that you can't help but follow. Like it's just very, very cool. I love the way that Damo's singing here, especially that echo effect that's used when in the chorus. It just kind of envelops a little bit more. It's almost like I mean, a little bit perhaps. The sound is like an opium den. It's kind of druggy. You walk in. I've never walked into one. This is just going off of what I've seen, read in fiction. They grab you a pillow over here, say, take a seat. It's hazy, smells of incense and whatever opium smells like. It's very psychedelic in there. And this is the music that starts playing. After that first hit, you're like, okay, I don't feel anything. And then all of a sudden, comes in, and then this music starts. That's what I kind of feel. It's just a very, very awesome song to end this album. And it's a song like this that makes me forget 2 songs ago. All right. Carrying my own in the afternoon, hiding a spoon, she will be soon. With their fork, with the knife, speaks me like a joke, she slips her alive. Carrying in my own afternoon, repeats the same line. Oh, sitting in my chair where nobody wants to care. Carrying my own afternoon, hiding a spoon, she will be soon. With her fork, with a knife, she speaks me a joke, she slips here alive. Sitting on my chair where nobody wants to care. This is the song that we see it here again, that it was used in a TV thriller, which I can definitely hear how this would perfectly fit in line with that. The lyrics, I don't know, man. I think he's just kind of in a stream of consciousness. I wonder, let's see if we can find some information on this track. Oh, I'm sorry. I also had the Wikipedia article pulled up here. I forgot. Let's see. It was originally released as a single with the song Shikako Maruten on the B-side. Spoon also appeared as the final track to this album. This song marked Can's first recorded use of drum machine coupled with live drums, an unusual feature in popular music at the time. I'm imagining that the drum machine was just used for that kick. So that way, perhaps Jackie could, embellish on some of the fills around it, as we heard. The single reached number 6 on the German singles chart in early 1972 because it was used, of course, as the theme to the thriller Das Messer. The single sold in excess of 300,000 copies. And of course, due to that single's success, Can played a free concert at Kölner Sporthall in Cologne. Let's read a little bit about the recording here. It says Can got a commission to record the theme song for the future installment, directed by this guy, entitled Das Messer, the Knife. Spoon became the first complete song recorded in this new studio that they were in. The song's name, according to Holger, was chosen as a companion to The Knife, less aggressive. Okay. I like that. The movie name is The Spoon or The Knife, so they made Spoon. Can recorded an 8-minute version of Spoon, later entitled Messer, Scissors, Fork, and Light, and released on the Lost Tapes. Give me a second. Just think I can find it. I'm looking really quick. I'm just searching on my own here. On Spotify, that's a no. I'm sure if I went to YouTube, I could find it. Ralph von Sydow, director, didn't think the song would fit the miniseries, saying he wanted commercial music, not some avant-garde music. while the producers and head of department loved it and said, no matter what the director says, this music should remain. Isn't that such a viewpoint of the state of entertainment in general? The director says, no, I don't want that. Producers and head of department said, no, it's happening. Sito wanted to withdraw his name if this music defaced his film. He felt very strong about that. Let me do some research here really quickly. I just want to find one thing. Maybe, I'm not going to watch all that, man. Let's see. It's a murder mystery. Was that the head? I actually couldn't even tell what part that was. The music works really well with this. This works extremely well. That works very well. It gives it like a mysterious edge. It's a cool car. Barely allowed him to stop. But on the jam sang about this place. Be careful where you're going, brother. I love how this works as this sequence to montage him, getting to whatever place he's going to. This works so well. What's the problem with the song? Especially for a thriller murder mystery. Yeah, that was a great opening. That was a great opening. I don't know what the director had against that. That actually worked extremely well. That was cool. You know what that reminded me of? It's been a long time since I watched this movie. Have you guys ever watched The Vanishing? And I'm talking about the original, brother. I'm talking about Sporloos. Look that up. Sporloos. One of the greatest mystery thrillers you've ever seen. No violence, no anything. But man, is it haunting and horrifying. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry, I lost myself there. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed the album listen. Now, you're asking me about my favorite tracks. Vitamin C has to be up there because duh, right? But I gotta tell you, Spoon, I think maybe it's because I've heard Vitamin C many, many times. I think that Spoon is my favorite track on the album. Vitamin C, second, and I mean a very close second. And it could just be because Spoon's fresher and newer for me. But it's such a cool track. So Spoon, Vitamin C, and then I'd probably go sing Swan Song, I would say. If you're asking me for my least favorite track, that just means you haven't watched the video. Hope that you guys enjoyed listening to the album with me. Press the like button before you leave. You can support on Patreon and that kind of thing if you wish. But otherwise, please enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you later. Bye, guys.